Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Times segment tonight. As we reported in the Talking Points memo, the president's approval rating has slipped to 39%. Quinnipiac poll, 52% not trusting him now, mostly because of Obamacare. Joining us now from Santa Barbara, the siege of Southern California, Dennis Miller. So, Miller, you live in a very affluent place, beautiful place, where people can kind of buy any kind of health care they want. Oprah can get whatever she wants. They don't have to bother with the exchange or this and that. Do they, the wealthy, care about this issue?
The only wealthy guy I talk politics with is you, so you'd have to tell me. I will say this thing's gotten so crazy, the Reverend Wright lost his health care today and blamed the Jews. Listen, I don't talk about politics with my friends because you know what? Barack Obama's are a dime a dozen. Debonair grifters, man. But good friends, they're hard to come by. I will say this about Obamacare. I hope at this point Barack Obama is simply a liar, because if he's this inept, you and I are Gary Lockwood and Keir DeLay way out past Jupiter with a defective HAL 9000 unit, my friend. We are screwed, and I'd like to get home, all right?
Love the Kubrick 2001 reference to the two actors, but you know, it seems to me that there's a recession on the part of the mainstream media. They have to now go after Jay Carney, and they have to. I mean, it's a farce.
No,
but they are a little bit. They are. I mean, you see the exchanges, and you see everybody but the New York Times. They're still right in there. But Washington Post giving them Pinocchios. So the media's turned a little bit. But the wealthy Hollywood pinheads, I mean, no, there's nothing going to blow them out of there. Nothing. Everybody could lose their health insurance with them, and they'd still be going, Obamacare is the greatest. You see my point?
Billy, you've got your own thing with Hollywood. A lot of my best friends, a lot of my dearest people in the world to me are from Hollywood. So that's your fight.
But you don't talk politics with them.
I will say this, as far as the press goes, and as far as Obama goes, I'm kind of watching what I'm saying right now, because I find when zealots' pet notions crater, they get nasty about it. It's my raccoons at the recycling bin at 2 in the morning. This is not the time to come in and tell all these people how stupid it is. History will show how stupid it's been. I would just say this to the president in the nicest terms I can. Mr. President, if you liked your apology, you can keep it. All right? How's that?
All right.
All I know is I finally started reading some of Obamacare last night to find out what it's about. I got to page 1297, pre-existing conditions, and it says everything's covered except, quote, whatever in God's name Biden has, end quote.
We're just going to exempt that. It's just too expensive to heal.
Listen, man, everybody's cabbing off from this guy. The Clintons disengaged because she can't have the Hester Prynne stink on her. No. All the devotees are now Judas Goaten out of the scene. And I tell you what, I think Obamacare is an unfair name for this thing. I don't think it's fair to the guy. I think this has to be called Barack Obamacare and laid down in history. This was his genius notion, and I hope that he travels through time with it.
All right. Real quick on the NFL, Miller and I have a disagreement there. I think that the National Football League's culture should conform to civility. You know.
Why?
What?
Should they not go to strip clubs?
No, they can go to strip clubs.
Should we put cameras in the Bill? Should we put cameras in the locker room?
Miller, you know as well as I do. They hire thugs. They know the thugs are bad. Pac-Man on Cincinnati. How many times they got to be arrested? All right. They hire thugs because the thugs can play.
I don't know this.
How many times does this guy got to be arrested? How many
Billy,
times?
You're going to the wrong temple there, baby. That's the National Football League. That's a business. If Goodell cared about any of this stuff, he'd cut it back to 12. But he doesn't. He doesn't care about concussions. He doesn't care about political correctness. He doesn't care about swearing, strip clubs, none of it. It is a business. Now imagine Richie Incognito if he eventually gets a concussion and has to go into Obamacare. That's when you've got problems. When you've got a C-lister who's got a medical degree from the University of Grenada, and he's looking at your brain span, and it's a piece of spin art, and he says, walk it off and sue somebody. There are mooks in the world, Richie Incognito, and there are kooks in the world, radical Islam. I don't got time for mooks. I got to pay attention to the kooks right now. As a matter of fact, Richie Incognito and the mayor of Toronto and I are going out on the road to do
Thank you, Miller. You gave me the
together.
transition. The mayor of Toronto just said this. Go.
Have you purchased illegal drugs in the last 2 years?
Yes, I have.
And the reason he took so long to answer is he smoked so much pot he forgot.
Listen, if this guy does need to be treated for crack addiction, trust me, he's coming down to participate in what's left of our healthcare system because he's not getting it up there. He goes in there, they think he's Chris Farley doing a character.
And you know what happened to Chris?
Incognito and I are doing a remake of Three Amigos together. He'll be the one saying his lines too fast because he's on crack.
You know what, Miller? I was going to book a Boulder Fresher show into Toronto, but I don't think that's a good idea now. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not politically correct, Billy. I'm off the reservation. This whole thing's going to hell in a handbasket. If I'm perceived as a problem because I'm candid, so be it.
All right. Well, maybe Miller and I will go to Toronto. I think they need some kind of common sense, right? Sometime.
Well, you remember when Marion Barry's wife left him when she found drug paraphernalia? In that case, the last straw literally was the last straw.
Dennis Miller, everybody. And both Miller and I would like to thank all the folks in San Diego. Boulder Fresher show there in February, sold out. Also, a footnote, I will be doing a benefit show for Chaminade High School on Long Island, Wednesday, December 4th in the evening. I graduated from Chaminade. It offers a fine education with little BS. Details on BillO'Reilly.com. It'll be a fun evening. We'll talk about the books, the State of the Union. It will sell out quickly. If you want to see us there, get on it.